What's up, everybody? We just finished a nice little leg session. My people's in town. Marc, my guy right here.
Torbati.
I keep forgetting his fucking name.
But dude, you'll forget anything after that fucking
exactly.
workout.
I'm a little loopy right now.
We haven't eaten either.
I'm gonna just run through what we did real quick, and then I'm gonna let everybody talk about how it felt and everything. Traditionally, you guys have seen me start with my classic squat progression. Today we didn't, so stepping outside of the box. And honestly, this is outside of my comfort zone. I'm just primed for squats first. But we went with the hack squats. We did one of Rob's creations with the 5-5-5. 5-5-5 is something that you don't need a lot of weight for. However, our hack squat is really heavy. It's heavier than a normal hack squat.
Yeah.
Even without weights on it, you can get a good workout. You know what I mean? So we did pretty low weight on there, and we did, you guys have seen it before, 5 from the bottom to halfway up, 5 from the top to halfway down, and then 5 full reps. And we ran through that 3 times. Then the next set, we increased the weight and ran through it 2 times. And then we did a little variation. So people talk about muscle confusion. Today was a little bit of muscle confusion because typically people would do, even myself would do, 6, 7 sets of the same thing. So what we did today is we just kept switching it up each set. So we did two sets of the 5-5-5. We got the legs nice and warmed up, kind of burnt out a little bit, and then anybody's weak point of a squat is from the bottom. You notice people can overload their self. Like when people do box squats, it's real easy. You get those 7 plates on and rep it out. Or if people do half squats, it's real easy because that's your strongest point. Your weakest point is from the bottom to halfway. So what we did, it's something that I like to do just to supplement and to help with my strength. It really strengthens your hamstring and your glutes, is go from the bottom to halfway. So what we did is did 30 reps. Yeah. And I'm talking about, it may not look like shit, but it's fucking brutal. Like my feet shake and I feel like I'm crying and all kind of spiritual things is happening. You know what I mean? But it's very humbling. And it really exhausts you for your next movement, because keep in mind, this is all still our first movement. This is the first machine that we hopped on, so we did that, and then we went ahead and threw 3 plates on, which is fairly light. But at this point, after all that we've done so far, the volume that we've done, our legs were already exhausted by the time.
Like this. Quads just cannot, you can barely walk.
Yeah.
You try to do an air squat, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, oh yeah. So we went ahead and did 3 plates, just 10 reps, and it was brutal. It felt like 6 plates, So if I do just hack squats, just regular sets, I'll go up to 6 plates, 7 plates. But doing what we did before that, you can't. You know what I mean? It's very difficult. But this is good because we're not ego lifting. We building our bodies, not our egos. So we did what we had to do the proper way. Really pre-exhausted the muscles, and then got after some normal squats, and it was really hard. So the next movement, we went to leg press. I'm a big fan of single leg movements in general, especially with the leg press. You'll see people throw 1 million plates on and press it like 2 inches. And I'm not saying that don't work, because I know people who are fucking top level IFBB pros with massive quads that do that. But I feel like these guys have such an enormous amount of muscle, they can get away with a lot more than what I can. So to keep myself honest, I'll just do 1 leg at a time to make sure I'm getting a good rep range. And I'm only going up to like 4 plates, sometimes I'm really good 5 or 6. But today, like I said, we was already beat up, so we only went up to 4 plates with the single legs. I'm telling you, you really seeing where you at. It's a gut check, you know what I mean? If you have some imbalances, you really get to fix it when you're doing single leg stuff. So that's why, personally, I'm a huge fan of that. How you feel about single leg stuff?
I'm usually a double leg guy. I do come to I come up where I'll actually go lighter, and I will round my back, which I do not recommend for beginners or even intermediates. That's something for advanced lifters who know what the fuck they're doing. Yeah. Now, the reason I like throwing it, I do throw in single leg, is because I do feel you get a lot more of the hamstring and glute activation. And after we did what we did on hack squat, really anything more to the quads is just insult to injury. Right. So I think that was a wise choice to do that, because it brought in the hamstring and the glutes. And who the hell doesn't want more shredded glutes?
Exactly. And see, we went, if you notice our foot position, the higher you put your foot on a hack squat, it's a little tip, the higher you put your foot, you're hitting more glutes and hamstrings. The lower, you're hitting more quads. And like Marc brought up a good point. He said he can round his back on a Smith machine. I mean leg press. Now, it's certain things that when you're an advanced lifter, when you have years and years in the game, certain things you can do. You know your body at this point. So I would never tell somebody like if I bring my foot all the way down, technically it's bad for your knees if you don't know your body. You know what I mean? So like Mark said, I wouldn't recommend that for a beginning or an intermediate guy. Myself being, you know, fairly advanced, you know, with a lot of years of training, a lot of years of learning my body, I would do that. I would feel comfortable doing that. Well, hell, Tom Platts, he comes in and we ask him questions all the time, pick his brain. He'll do hack squats on his toes. Technically, it's completely wrong. You will destroy your knees. But this guy is one of the most advanced lifters around.
He's Tom Platts.
He's Tom Platts, so he knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? So he's more advanced than me, and I can't do that. I've tried it. It hurts, so I can't. But he can do it with no problem. Never had a knee injury. You know what I mean? So you know, a lot of people will criticize people's form and this, that, and the third. Don't do it, especially if somebody's legit. You know what I mean? Because people know what they're doing. Listen, I'm gonna speak for myself. If I'm gonna hurt myself, let me hurt myself. You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna hurt myself. The only time I've ever injured myself lifting is trying to go heavy with a weak shoulder. You know what I mean? So I had a slight tear in my pec, but I learned my lesson, rehabbed it. I'm back lifting heavy. You know what I mean? So I've never really had any kind of injuries lifting. I know my body. Injuries happen. It happens in this sport, in any sport. You can hurt yourself. But real guys, real men don't go in the gym like, oh, I gotta be careful, I don't wanna hurt. Like, so some of them comments y'all put, y'all need to knock it off with that shit because that's weenie shit. We don't walk in the gym. We walk in the gym with the intention of destroying the fucking weights. Not, oh, I don't wanna hurt this or hurt that. You know what I'm saying? We're not idiots. We know what we're doing. We know our body. If something's hurting, we back off of it or whatever. So y'all knock it off with that weenie shit.
You know what I noticed when we came into the gym? We were fucking around up here. We're joking around. We got in the gym, we started warming up. No one really talked to each other. Yeah. You know, we all just got in the zone and we focused. And we were talking about what separates, why some people make gains and some don't.
Right.
And I really think it's training intensity.
Yeah.
If you went in here, every single one of us went in there with the intention of killing it. And to you, you know what? We might have some inefficiencies in our form. But for us, I mean, we've gotten to where we're at. I think we're all above average in what we do.
Oh, yeah.
So at the end of the day, shit, if we're gonna get hurt, I do get hurt.
Right.
Shit, my brother tore his ACL trying to slam dunk. Which just shows you white men should not slam dunk the basketball.
Right.
But no, nonetheless, I mean, that's what we do. And we come in here, we destroy the weights, and you know what? We might not have picture perfect form, but we're also not dumbbell pressing 40-pound dumbbells.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's something you guys need to consider. A lot comes with experience, you know what I mean? And to be frank, a lot of people who do try to criticize are beginners, you know? Because sometimes I'll look at you guys' pictures or whatever, and I'm like, all right, never mind. I'm not even gonna comment on this guy. You know what I mean? 16, 17-year-old kids who really haven't done much yet. So humble yourselves, like we all have to do at times, even to this day, and learn from people who've been there, who's done that. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with humbling yourself and learning from people who are more advanced or who have achieved some things in the sport. You know what I mean?
One thing you're gonna always learn is that you can always be a student. No matter how far you get, how advanced you are, you know, even yourself, like you said, you have to humble yourself and bow down before Tom Platts and understand that
absolutely.
There's things you can learn from this man.
Yeah, there's things I learned from people younger than me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I'm not above being taught lessons. I mean, I'll be excited when Marc comes around because I want to pick his brain about, you know, certain things in the industry because he's been in it longer than me. I let you guys know I'm new in this industry. I'm a baby. I'm still learning. You know what I mean? But when you guys get to a point to where you feel like you know it all, then that's when you fail. You know what I mean? Because none of us know it all. Life, the industry, whatever you want to call it, is ever evolving. It's always changing. So you gotta be sharp on mentally sharp and on your toes because none of us know everything.
You know the best CEOs in this industry, I'll tell you what, I know them. And the best ones, they're the ones who ask me questions. They're always learning.
Right.
Always learn. I learn from you guys. I learn from other people. Shit, I come in here, I have an open mind. You know, and that's what we do. I mean, both of us today, we're like, hey, you know what? We're gonna do hack squats. 5, 5, 5. I mean, who the hell would have planned that one?
Right.
Always be out to learn stuff.
And I personally stay away from hack squat because it's hard for me. That's a difficult, hack squats is hard because the form is so strict and so perfect. You can't, you know, with a squat, you know, people gonna respect. You throw 5, 6 plates on each side and you fucking grind it up. nobody really gonna say shit. You know what I mean? You can, you know, grind it up however you gotta get it. On a hack squat, that shit is absolutely perfect, your form. So it's a little more difficult. You know what I mean? And I personally stay away from it. But you know, I'm down to step outside of my comfort zone to get better, to grow. You know? Because whenever you do things that the same thing over and over and over and over, you become efficient at it. You're still getting something out of it, but not as much as you are getting out of stuff that you're not efficient at. The human body is designed to become efficient at what we do on a regular basis. Once we become efficient at it, it's not much of a challenge, so we don't grow as much. So that's why it's good to step out of the box. And like the workout today was, we made it up on the spot. It made sense though, you know what I mean? Because me and him have completely different training styles with legs, you know? And shit, he got some of the best legs I've seen. You know, I'm pretty decent, so nobody's gonna be like, nah, I'm not gonna try to do your suggestion. Nah, we're not gonna do that. You know what I mean?
I think we've all tried everything too.
We've all tried it all.
We're still trying new shit.
Exactly.
There's always new stuff. There's always a new method. But I mean, after we did that, we did single leg curls, which are always great. Isolated.
Yeah.
Remember, we hit our hamstrings with the leg press.
Leg press. Exactly.
And after that, I think if we tried to do calves, it wouldn't have happened. I'd have fallen down trying to support that shit.
See, I typically don't do calves on leg day. I do it on, I'll come in the morning and do it just, you know, throughout the week. That's my lagging body part.
Yeah.
Classic black man calves.
I have classic black man calves too. How the hell did that happen?
Hey, you know, maybe you black where...
The bottom half.
You know,
that's right.
It is what it is, you know.
That's right.
You know, girls don't complain about my calves. But yeah, so today was a good session. I want to thank Big Rob for the 555. As much as I hate it, I love it because
Rob hates it too.
Yeah.
He's a sick motherfucker. Think of that shit. But you know, we handle our business. Now it's time to go eat.
Yep.
And grow. This is when you stimulate growth. And when we go eat, that's when you grow. You know what I mean? So hope y'all enjoyed this session. Be looking out for more to come from this collaboration, Tiger Fitness. I'm so alpha. We about to take over this industry. Y'all feel me?
Try.
Much love.